It's good. Good morning, YouTube. Shout out to the subscribers and the people that's checking in. Like, share, subscribe. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all for a minute and let y'all know why I came off the way that I came off yesterday. That's like the type of energy that I usually normally try to stay away from. That's just not something that's real good for me because it affects me physically. You feel me? But my Father's Day started off good. It was nice, but you know went out, had a little picnic, went to the lake, swam. Me and baby girl, we was enjoying ourselves, man. But I unblocked, what I mean, after being like no contact, what I mean, for a minute. And it was like when I unblocked, it started off as the kids situation. Me and the kids, we was vibing, doing this, that, and the third or whatever. Just having a just regular daddy's kid time, happy to see each other, asking a bunch of questions, how is it, and stuff like that. And a little later on, maybe about an hour or two, I get a direct call from her phone after she had already sent messages saying she was blocked. But I really didn't want to speak to her, you feel me? And then the next thing you know, I get caught up in the middle of some bullshit triangulation and all of that. And it just kind of like ruined well, it tried to ruin my day. I just, knew how to control it. And it was crazy because even before that happened, I had already contemplating on releasing content for you guys like around Father's Day. I was supposed to have been do it before, but life changes and shit like that. So it's kind of hard, man. So I'm just trying to do what I could do, try to give y'all the best of what I can right now, to let y'all know that this is real. When I first found out about it, I had no idea that this was really like a personality disorder. You feel me? Because you see so many things like this go on in the hood to where it becomes commonplace. You feel me? Like I told you a story about one of the people that I knew, but that is something that happens all the time. You will have like a female or a male. I don't want it to just to be about like on some female shit because y'all know like the energy is interchangeable. Y'all just gotta work with me. You understand? Like I'm a male, so I'm speaking, just from, that perspective. But you also have men that's been doing this since for ages. So I'm not gonna cop no plea or try to sugarcoat nothing. Like this is just pro male channel or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not what this is about. That's not what this is. You feel me? This is something that afflicts everybody and everyone from every different race, every different creed, and it's harmful. And like I was saying, I remember like back in the days, you would have like dudes who would be like, yeah, when they get home, they gonna find a shorty and all that. You know what I'm saying? And they won't have no intentions of actually settling down with shorty. You feel me? They just gonna bounce out, go over there, and put shorty's life through hell. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm just giving us a one-sided perspective on this. You feel me? Because there's a lot of good people out there, and there's a lot of bad people out there on both sides of this of the gender field. You feel me? But that was kind of crazy yesterday. It was like everything was going fine, and then somebody just dropped like a nuclear bomb in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and on a holiday, and everybody be talking about the narcissists and the holidays and all that. And I was experiencing it way before then. You feel me? But I didn't really identify with it to the degree that I identify with it now. Thanks to a lot of the good life coaches out there. I was just hot yesterday and I was just venting because it kind of threw my day off. I was comfortable, with the fact of accepting that she might do something funny and just might decide not to call or whatever. But I unblocked, you feel me? So I set myself up when I was going no contact. But it's hard to really do that shit when you like really trying to co-parent, you feel me? Because one day of being away from your kids is like hell, especially when you grew up with them and watched them in Pampers and took them home and all types of shit. You feel me? So it's hard to deal with. Like that's the part that when they talk about putting they anchors and they claws in you, those are one of those things right there that they actually use and actually, they, oh my goodness, it could go on both sides of the field though. because you got dudes that do the same type of shit, but they just don't have the leverage or the power because the system usually isn't set up or geared towards men, because of the women's suffrage movement and all that. So, they get a lot of perks and benefits for the things that they've suffered and endured during the course of time of them actually growing to get their independence. And shout out to y'all for that. You feel me? But it's like, man, I never really looked at it in a serious light, bro. Like, you hear it tossed around a lot, you know what I mean? Oh, you narcissist, you narcissistic ass. Oh, you think, yo, you want some narcissist shit. But you really don't look into it the way that you really should look into it. Like, really start looking at the technical terms and, what criteria it takes for you to fit in that. It's crazy, man, because when you really think about that, it's so many more people that fit into the category of what it means to what it stands for in the DSM-5. Word. It's crazy. It's a lot of people. And when you think about it and think back to all of the things that's happened, you can identify them even now because you enlightened yourself to the fact of what's going on. So you allowed your consciousness to grow. You feel me? So now you can backtrack and look at those pieces. And this is one of the things that leads us to situations that we in. You feel me? Like I grew up, I guess when I look back at it and I looked into my life, I grew up with codependency because my mother used to smother me all the time. You feel me? First boy, you know how that goes. She's a loving parent though, like seriously. But it came to the point to where I started thinking that every woman was gonna be like her, you heard? So I put myself in these situations because I saw so much greatness in my mother. You feel me? She had so many great qualities that I admired about her, and it was just weird for me to think that other women will really break those boundaries to a certain degree. I mean, times change, and people have to be flexible and bend on certain issues and stuff like that. Of course, ain't nothing consistent but change. We all know that. So, but by her actually loving me the way that she loved me, it gave me the unexpected and this shit is just like unrealistic, honestly, to actually think that everyone is like that. That's a little bit of ignorance on my part because, we tend to give people the benefit of the doubt too much as empaths. We do. We do. We don't make people jump through hoops and all of that. It's just not something that we do. If we feel like we can help you, we gonna try to help you, like, no matter what. You will do something to us, man, and we know you wrong for doing something to us, and we'll still find a way to feel, some sort of understanding on why you could have done this or you may have been able to do that. Being an empath is hard. I identify with that shit, like I told y'all, since I was young. You feel me? I was always the one in the class when somebody was getting bullied or something, would always be the one that go to the dean's office for popping on the person that was the bully, or always be the one at the counter that's treating somebody a little messed up and will say something like, yo, what you need, man? Yo, come over here. Yo, what are you ordering? Like that, ever since I was young growing up. So, shout out to all the real empaths out there, man. This shit's so serious for me. It's like I can't really even be around large crowds of people with hateful energy because I can actually feel it, you heard? Like you can feel it. Your body can resonate from that. That's like your aura. When people have certain auras and everybody has that. This is nothing more than the electrical field that the human body pulsates just from a natural basis. And determining the color is basically based on how you're feeling, your mood, and the things that you're into, the level of your consciousness. It's a whole bunch of things that's wrapped up all into one. But that's what people call bad vibes. Like when you get in the area and you like, yo, I ain't feeling it in here. You feel me? It's that, like that right there. That's what we need to really pay attention to right there. It's your instincts right there. It's your conscience talking to you. You feel me? A lot of times as empaths, we ignore that shit. We had this whole grandeur ideology of what our life is going to be like and how beautiful things is going to be, and you will work your hardest to work towards those common goals. And a lot of times a person don't really even be built to do the work, and that go for both sides. You feel me? You invest your time and your energy into individuals, man, and it won't bear no fruit And when I say bear fruit, I mean for everybody as a whole. Anytime you're in a situation where you're in a relationship with somebody in an LTR, long-term relationship, y'all a team, you feel me? Everything that y'all do is supposed to benefit one another, man. It should never be a time where you have to worry about if a person is being straight up honest with the funds and the finances and all that. You know what I'm saying? Or when the person is pocket watching a little too much. Stuff like that, friends and stuff. Because it just doesn't have to be relationship things, you know? So I just want y'all to be on point, and I want like a lot of my brothers in the hood to share this video, man, because they really need to understand what they going through when they shorty be kicking them out all the time, bro. You understand? That's a sickness right there, bro. And it always happens like right before the weekend or something like that. Me, I was self-sufficient, so I didn't get that type of treatment or none of that shit. I got the in and out, the in and out, the in and out, the in and out type situation. You know what I'm saying? I just got tired of it. You feel me? I started listening to a lot of the coaches, you know what I mean? Especially my boy Dave. I got to give Dave a shout out, man. He was the first person that I ever watched when I first learned about narcissism on a consistent basis. Narcology Unscripted. He's a good dude, man. Word. He told me about future faking. Real heavy with the future faking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, future faking. I should start paying attention to what he's saying and start listening, and then I start matching things up, and certain things fit the pattern. It may not be just as exactly to the extent of what he was going through, but it was close enough for me to identify with it being the same thing on a lesser level. I'm just thinking that he on there just being comedic and shit on some, raw comedy, but, blank stare kind of. I start listening to what he was saying. I start getting nervous, you heard? No funny. I'm like, yo, nah, I'm bugging out. Nah, this shit don't happen in the hood. That's niggas in the hood, they just on a different type of time. Man, listen, man. That's a personality disorder. That's like some mental affliction and hormonal imbalances and all of that right there. Everybody's susceptible to that. It don't matter where you from. But us in the black community, we scared to get into the psychological, side of things, because that shows weakness in a lot of our communities. And you got to think about it for real. Look at the communities we live. Look what the hoods is looking like right now at the end of the pandemic right now, man. People are running around acting like they crazy. You want to be walking your ass into a medication building. What? You don't want to be playing around like that. So it's looked at as a weakness in a lot of ways in the hood, but that's one of the reasons why a lot of the issues that we have never really get addressed. You feel me? I'm just having empath talk with y'all right now and just blending the terms in so y'all can actually identify, because I want a lot of my brothers and sisters in the hood to actually be able to sit down and relate to it. You know what I'm saying? So on a level to where I could speak their language. Don't get it twisted. I could sit down and get intellectual with anybody, and we could have a conversation about any topic under the sun in an intellectual manner where I don't have to stutter or use any type of interjections or anything when it comes to speech, because I'm fluid with it. But I want to give my brothers and sisters from the hood a chance to really feel my vibe too. You feel me? Because it's a lot of them that's out there suffering. I had a few dudes in my circle that used to go through that. I used to go see what's going on with dudes on Friday. What we gonna do? Nah, he ain't here. Why he ain't here? She kicked him out on like Wednesday. It's a party going on in the crib. I hear the music though. He might be in the crib. Nah, son, he ain't in the crib, son. I was there. I walked him to the Uber, scrapped with his bag. Like, what the? And I'm just, this is bad that we treat each other like that, man. You know how important it is for somebody to actually love you, bro, to where they love you so much to where they take from themselves, nigga? I'm talking about for real. Like, for the family, boy, what? You go hard, you do what you gotta do. A lot of times you eat shit pies, you feel me, just so they could be happy. And when you dedicated and you come from that, that shit feel different. Then you get caught up in some shit like this. Some crazy shit. Shit bugged out. I just think about the kids, man. Cause I know what her life was like. I mean, she ain't come from the best or nothing. You know how that goes. The fruit don't fall too far from the tree type shit. But I don't really want them like around that long term, you know? So I'm gonna push myself to make space for them, regardless. Because they need to have an option, a solid one. So don't expect me to get on here and be all technical all the time or be blacking out. This shit real, you know? I'm just glad that I had the opportunity to identify it when I identified it. Because had it happened later instead of sooner, that shit was divine timing, bro. Divine timing, bro. Soon as I left that situation, good shit started happening for me, bro. On a major level. The type of shit where you sit down and you say, damn, niggas like me never get a chance like that. Man, I wish it was me. If I had a chance to. Like that type of shit, like, you know what I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying? And the shit is mind blowing, you heard? Because I watched a lot of y'all say that shit. I'm looking at y'all like, fuck out there. Still gonna gotta grind and gotta hustle. Bro, when I made the ultimate decision that this was what it was, and I did my little escape plan and slid off and just left because I realized that this wasn't going nowhere and things just wasn't right, and it ain't that much grandmother spending time with the kids in the world because you don't come from that. That's why I never really wanted them over there like that, bro. It's like everybody raising themselves. All the adults in one room, all the kids in the bed. Y'all know what it is, man. You feel me? So, yeah. I worry about that shit. That shit touch me. That shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight right now. You heard? Word. I want everything to be the way that it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So, in order for it to do that, I just got to trust the process, bro. You know what I mean? Good, bad, whatever. You know what I mean? Try to keep myself in a position to where it ain't gotta be, no extra shit going on. You know what I mean? Keep conversation down to a minimum. I just told her don't call me and shit. I'm just like so through with that shit. But co-parenting, you know how that shit go. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you know what I mean, the number that I got where I could get in contact with them is active all the time and I could just speak to them and shit. I just talk about them a lot because I love them, They grew up with me. You know what I'm saying? From the time they was in the hospital, you know what I'm saying, in the nursery, you feel me? Both, So it's like to just be in a situation where you wanted to put everybody in a better situation and it was either go now or don't go at all. A sacrifice had to be made, you feel me? And I had to make a sacrifice, for the betterment of everybody. If you want to stay there and you want to jerk wreck, you feel me? But I don't want you to jerk wreck on my time no more, bro. You jerk mad wreck, so I had to put myself in a situation where you can't come to my house in an Uber at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning with the kids because I gotta let you in and I ain't gonna have you standing in the hallway. We not gonna play that game, and I refuse to play that game with you. That's one of the reasons why I did what I did. Distance is the best thing right now. You know, don't have nothing to do with hate or none of that shit. I don't hate you. You feel me? I just think that you miscalculated your efforts, and you misappropriated your time the wrong way. You know, and in the course of that, you put other people in a situation to misappropriate their time based on the misconception that you was on board as a team and working for everybody as a whole, as a unit. You feel me? That's my fault. You feel me? That part is my fault because I should have seen the red flags. You know, I should have not just ignored the little this and that, and I should have, but I don't be on it like that. Everything got to be confrontational type situation. Nah, I ain't with that. You feel me? Most empaths, we ain't like that. You feel me? We just always feel like it'll work itself out. It'll work it out. Nah, we can't be doing that all the time, bro. For real. It's okay, you know what I mean, to vet people, you know what I mean, talk and really get to know them, you know what I mean, instead of giving them a chance to get to know you. Know what I'm saying? Like, cause just like they said, man, like I really listened to a lot that these life coaches said, man. You know, I listened to all of them, man. Word. I didn't give my shout out to the twins, you know what I mean? Pink Girl Teachers and all that, you know what I'm saying? And North of the Fray, you know, my girl Tanya, shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? Word, those are the good sisters. When I first was going through what I was going through, they the ones that actually talk back to me in the comments and all that. You feel me? Because I was going through it about them. You heard? It was fresh, fresh, fresh. Like, I'm talking about like just getting picked off the tree fresh. It wasn't even 5 months, 4 months in, you heard, of me getting my separation. You know? So my heart was bleeding, you heard? Just bleeding like, yo, I just got to make sure I do something to put everybody in position in the event of, man. I don't want my kids to be running around in the middle of the projects and all that, stepping over garbage, having to walk through pissy elevators and all that. So yeah, I'm a Pisces. I'm a dreamer, bro. You know, yes, I got a lot of ambition. You feel me? And I put myself on hold, yo, for 6.5 years trying to help somebody and better themselves, just for them to make everything go back to worse than when they met me, bro. And that shit hurts. You heard? It hurts. I don't see no joy in it, you know? Maybe I'm still not along the healing path, or maybe my situation is different, but I feel bad, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel bad enough to where I'm going to help your ass. I'm not tangling with that or none of that, but I feel bad that that's the situation. But I'm going to still make sure that I do whatever it is that's appropriate to make space for the boys, though. I promise you that. That's not even an issue. I love mine. You feel me? I just want to talk to y'all, this morning. Give y'all a shout out, let y'all know what's going on, you know what I mean? Give y'all some spiritual, good vibes this morning and all that, you know what I mean? I hope everybody day goes straight, smooth, all the way through. Y'all stay safe, you know what I'm saying? Love your family every day, man. Y'all already know, man. I be you, you be me, man. Red Cloud TV.